Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into something absolutely fascinating, what we're calling the Asian AI Edge. We're going to uncover exactly how top-tier Asian companies are completely separating themselves from the pack right now. They aren't just surviving these massive technological shifts, they are completely dominating them. And, as you'll see, it all comes down to their strategic relationship with artificial intelligence. So let's jump right in.
To really understand this, let's kick things off by busting a pretty massive myth right out of the gate. Right now, there's this pervasive idea across the corporate world that if you just buy a few off-the-shelf AI tools, plug them in, and basically check the AI box, well, you're good to go. It's this dangerous assumption that just showing up to the AI party is enough to win the race. But is it really? Honestly, companies are burning through huge budgets on these generic solutions, kind of getting lulled into a false sense of security while their market share just dwindles away. Based on the competitive models we're analyzing today, the hard truth is this: simply adopting AI is nowhere near enough.
And that brings us to the core thesis of our explainer today. There's a massive, literally game-changing gulf between passive AI adoption and active AI innovation. Look at passive adoption. It's essentially treating AI like, a slightly faster calculator. You're just using it to do what you already do, maybe a little quicker or cheaper. Think automating a basic email response. Sure, it trims your margins, but it doesn't really move the needle. Active AI innovation, on the other hand, that's treating AI as a completely new business engine. The true winners don't just use it to cut costs, they use it as a foundational building block to completely rethink what they offer the world. They're building an undeniable competitive advantage right from the ground up. So what does this actually look like in the real world? Let's look at the e-commerce giant Shopee. To really get their strategy, we have to look at their context. The Southeast Asian e-commerce market is hyper-competitive. It is saturated. Literally everyone is offering free shipping, flash sales, minor discounts. That is baseline passive adoption. Now, if Shopee had stopped there, maybe just using AI to tweak their supply chain, they would have completely drowned in a sea of identical competitors. But they didn't. They realized those traditional incentives just weren't enough to build long-term loyalty. They had to rethink the entire retail paradigm.
What they did was brilliant. They put AI right at the core of the customer journey to create these incredibly gamified, interactive shopping experiences. They aren't just handing you a digital catalog. They're using complex algorithms to power personalized in-app minigames, offering dynamic rewards that shift based on your actual behavior, and hosting these massive live social shopping events. It turns a boring, standard transaction into a really fun environment. People aren't just logging on for 2 minutes to buy toothpaste anymore. They're hanging out in the app for hours. They're playing games, interacting with friends, unlocking AI-curated discounts. This is active innovation. They used AI to invent a completely new way for you to experience their brand.
All right, let's completely switch gears here, literally. Pivoting away from digital e-commerce, let's look at the heavy machinery of the automotive sector, specifically traditional Japanese car makers. Now, this is an industry historically obsessed with hardware, right? Steel, combustion, horsepower. But recently, these software-first electric vehicle startups became a massive existential threat to those legacy brands. To survive this disruption, Japanese leaders had a wake-up call. They realized the future of transportation isn't just about the physical engine anymore, it's about the intelligence powering the entire journey. For them, AI innovation wasn't just a fancy upgrade, it became a matter of absolute survival.
So instead of just using AI on the back end, putting a slightly smarter robot on the assembly line, which again is just passive adoption, they did something way more transformative. They integrated AI directly into completely new smart mobility solutions. What does that actually mean for you behind the wheel? Well, it fundamentally redefines the vehicle itself. It means predictive maintenance systems that proactively schedule their own repairs before your car even breaks down. It means AI that constantly learns your driving habits to optimize your battery life in real time, or safety features that adapt to local traffic patterns on the fly. The car isn't just a metal box getting you from A to B anymore. Through AI innovation, it becomes this intelligent, connected mobility solution. They took the technology and built a whole new product around it.
Synthesizing both that Shopee example and the Japanese automotive shift brings us to a crucial point pulled straight from our source material. Quote, "The most successful organizations do not only adopt AI, they innovate with it." Whether you're building a digital software platform or physical, heavy-duty hardware, innovation is the sole separator. I really want you to let that sink in for a second. This is not just some catchy corporate jargon, it is the absolute fundamental differentiator for these market leaders. Innovation, not just adoption, is how you unlock a sustainable, long-term advantage.
Okay, so observing these companies winning is great, but to replicate that success for yourself, you need an actionable framework. And that brings us to the innovation models that put AI right at the core of a business strategy. I'm not gonna lie, doing this in practice involves massive friction. A lot of legacy companies, they silo their AI into the IT department, right? They treat it as an operational expense, or maybe a fancy tech support tool. Moving AI out of that IT basement and placing it firmly in the center of your product development and strategy rooms, that requires a huge cultural shift. But as we've just seen, that shift is absolutely non-negotiable. When an organization actually pulls off that cultural shift, their AI-driven innovation model is designed to drive 3 very specific, highly impactful outcomes. It's like a snowball effect. It usually kicks off with step 1, creating new services. Think of adding an incredibly smart predictive AI chatbot that drastically improves how your users get help. But the true innovators, they push further into step 2, creating new products. They take that same intelligence and build a fully autonomous personal assistant or a self-driving car feature. And finally, that product reshapes everything, which leads to step 3, creating new customer experiences. This is where you completely redefine how a consumer interacts with your brand from the ground up, exactly like Shopee's gamified environment. These 3 pillars just naturally flow into one another when AI is your core engine for creation. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one final, pretty provocative thought. Whether you're evaluating your own strategy or just looking at the companies you invest in or follow, ask yourself honestly, are you just checking the AI adoption box by slapping a new software tool onto an old workflow? Or are you actually innovating to win? Are you willing to push past your comfort zone to create entirely new services, groundbreaking products, and deeply engaging customer experiences? The Asian AI Edge proves beyond a doubt that the future belongs to the innovators. So how will you use AI to invent tomorrow? Thank you so much for exploring this with me today, and I really hope this framework helps you spot the true AI leaders of the future.